In this tutorial lesson, we're talking still about the project data input, but I want to point out a few things. This application is a native application for the iPhone or iPad. Depending upon what device you put it on, the iPad or the iPhone, this information is isolated to itself. Basically what that means, it's a one user type of environment. If you need to have a multi-user environment, then I suggest you go to the developer uh, website and take a look at the cloud version of this application, where you can now have all the team members and everybody on the entire project have access to the data. And typically, if you're using it as a one-person type of a thing, you're tracking your own project elements that you're going to be working on. For example, if you're a team member or a project manager or whatever you are, you may want to have a copy of this for each one of you that you're actually working on for your data. So it's like a personalized tracking system for the project planning. If you're going to use the cloud version, that's all the people can use it, and they would be logging in individually with passwords and usernames to access the data, and then it would be the group entire for that particular project of team members that would be related in this information. I want to make that clear before you start using the database. Another thing is the data that's actually in the database right now is all sample data, and it's basically around a 210 so that you can differentiate it from data that you're putting in. If you're working on the application for the first time, when you open it up, it may or may not have this information in it. We haven't had an opportunity yet with Apple iTunes to have this application that's being redone for a native version on iTunes, to have the effort to see if this is actually going to be providing the information across from the test app that went to iTunes and then down to you as a native version. So basically what I'm saying here is you may or may not have data in there. You may be starting with a clean slate, and you can just start putting your projects in, or you can overwrite the current data that is in here with your projects. And if I go over and show you that there is the list view, these are the only ones that are in there. There's 4 projects currently in here. So if you're going to overwrite these, go back one at a time by clicking on this button, and then enter in the information as you go out, hit forward. And if you're creating new project numbers, make sure that you do them sequentially in the parent record, and then when you actually are looking at them in the team data listing for projects, you'll see that those are individual records. This is the parent record if you go to it for each individual project. So this is the parent for 203, for example. Okay, well, we're going to move on to the next screens in the next video. What we're going to be covering is the data list view, the project portal, and the team schedule, and then the report and project assignments for vendors. So that's the next stuff we'll be doing, and we'll continue on new records down here. Okay, let's go forward.